Hey everyone, welcome back to the Jesse and Jane podcast. I'm Jane, and I'm super happy to see you here today.
And I'm Jesse. Hi, everyone. Wow, I'm really excited about today's episode because we're talking about something everyone does, your daily routine.
Yes, whether you're at home, at school, or at work, everyone has a daily routine. And today we'll show you how to talk about your routine in English, step by step.
Exactly. And don't worry if you're a beginner. We're going to make it easy, fun, and full of useful phrases that you can start using today.
We'll also teach you common words, phrases, and connecting words that make your sentences sound natural. By the end of this episode, you'll be able to talk about your own daily routine confidently.
So, grab a notebook, maybe a cup of coffee, and let's get started. Your English is about to get better while we have some fun.
Okay, let's start simple. What is a daily routine? Your daily routine is everything you do every day. For example, waking up, brushing your teeth, having breakfast. These are all part of your daily routine.
Yes, and the easiest way to talk about your daily routine is using these phrases. I usually, I always, I sometimes. These help you explain how often you do something.
For example, I usually wake up at 7 a.m. Or I always drink coffee in the morning. Easy, right?
Let's practice together. Repeat after me. I usually wake up at 7 a.m. I always brush my teeth in the morning. I sometimes take a shower in the morning.
Nice. Now let's talk about mornings. Mornings start your day. Jesse, what's your morning routine?
I usually wake up at 7 a.m. First, I make my bed, then I drink coffee, and finally, I check my emails. Sometimes I also do a short exercise in the morning, like stretching or a few push-ups.
Nice. I usually wake up at 6:30. First, I stretch, then brush my teeth, take a shower, and finally I have breakfast. Some mornings I listen to music or read a short news article in English.
Great! Listeners, here are some phrases you can use for your morning routine. I wake up at, I brush my teeth, I take a shower, I have breakfast, I listen to music, I read the news. Try saying these out loud. Repetition helps a lot.
Also, to sound natural, use connecting words. Then, next, after that, finally. For example, I wake up at 7 a.m. Then I brush my teeth. After that, I have breakfast. Finally, I read the news.
Sometimes you can also talk about how you feel in the morning. For example, I feel sleepy in the morning, or I feel happy when I drink coffee. This is useful for beginners too.
Yes, and don't worry about perfect grammar. Just try to speak slowly and clearly.
After the morning, it's time for work or school. Jane, what do you do?
I usually start work at 9 a.m. First, I check my emails, then I make a to-do list. Sometimes I have online meetings, sometimes I help students with English homework.
I usually go to the office at 8:30. I start with emails, then coffee, and then I work on my main tasks. Sometimes I have short team meetings or calls with friends.
Some useful phrases for work or school. I start work at, I check my emails, I have a meeting, I study English, I help students, I make a to-do list. Repeat after us. I start work at 9 a.m. I check my emails. I study English every day. I make a to-do list. Now, afternoons. Jesse, what do you usually do in the afternoon?
I usually have lunch around 12:30. After lunch, I sometimes take a short walk. Then, I continue working or studying. Sometimes I take a short nap to feel refreshed.
I have lunch at 1 p.m. After lunch, I usually relax, read a book, or chat with friends. Some afternoons, I practice English by watching a short video or listening to a podcast.
Great. Some useful phrases for the afternoon are I have lunch at, I take a walk, I relax, I read a book, I chat with friends, I take a nap.
You can also use sometimes or usually to describe different routines. For example, I sometimes take a nap after lunch, or I usually read a book in the afternoon.
Evenings are for relaxing. Jane, what's your evening routine?
I usually cook dinner, then clean a little, and after that, I watch a movie or read a book. Sometimes I call my family or friends. Some evenings, I also go for a short walk or listen to music.
I usually go for a short walk, then I cook dinner or sometimes order food. After dinner, I watch TV or listen to music. Occasionally, I practice English by writing a short diary.
Evening phrases you can use are I cook dinner, I watch TV, I read a book, I call my friends, I go for a walk, I write a diary. And don't forget connecting words. Then, after that, finally. Example, I cook dinner. Then I watch TV. Finally, I go to bed.
You can also talk about feelings in the evening. I feel relaxed after dinner. Or, I feel happy when I watch TV. Beginners should try this too.
Finally, night routine. I go to bed at 11 p.m. Before sleeping, I brush my teeth and think about my day.
I usually go to bed at 10:30. Before sleeping, I sometimes read a book or check my phone. Sometimes I plan my next day in my notebook.
So, listeners, you can say, I go to bed at 10 p.m. I brush my teeth. I read a book. I plan my day. Easy, right?
Don't forget, use I usually, I always, I sometimes to describe how often you do things. And remember connecting words. Then, after that, finally. This makes your English sound smooth and natural.
Yes, and that's how you can talk about your daily routine in English. Practice every day, even just one sentence at a time, and you'll get better quickly.
Try to speak about your daily routine out loud. Record yourself if you can. It really helps. Also, try to use feelings. I feel happy. I feel tired. I feel excited. This makes your English more interesting.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Keep practicing, and remember, speaking English every day, even a little, makes a big difference.
Thanks for listening. We'll see you in the next episode where we'll learn even more English and have lots of fun.
Bye, everyone. Keep practicing and stay excited about learning English.